And we're back at it again. This time I actually found the video of Yukiwaru talking about this whole situation and like where everything was getting clipped from. So this is kind of like a follow-up to the last video where we reacted to Rev talking about it and just seeing the clips of it, but Yuki actually put out like a whole hour-long video of it all. So we're going to go ahead and jump into that and see everything that's kind of happened thus far so I can really get everything. Because Zero told me about some of the stuff that was going on. And, yeah. I was also told that some of it would actually kind of piss me off a little bit. So we're gonna hop into that. What now?
Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Here we go.
So as the quote in the screenshot says, what a way to start off.
Wait, hold on. Let me. Should I go here? Do I go here? I'll go here. I'll go here.
Bolt!
I don't want to block their beautiful face. Marion, thank you for your prime. If I ever say your name wrong, well, tell me to go f myself and tell me how to pronounce it because I suck at English. So take that.
Off a Monday. That's right.
Wait, can we just take a minute that this video and like this blew up into what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous.
It really is, all things considered. It was
that this blew up to what it is.
one of those things, but
right,
I think the fact that it's a company that got involved definitely didn't help.
So as the quote in the screenshot says, what a way to start off a Monday. That's right, we have another example of a VTuber murder.
Okay, you're telling me I'm getting over 2 weeks of dealing with mono, finally getting back to work, and this is what I get to start my week off with.
Yo, mono sucks. Because I remember back in like high school, there was like a mono outbreak that happened like after homecoming weekend, and following week there was nobody in the school. Literally there was maybe 5 people in the classes that I was taking at the time, and not to say I didn't contract it myself at a different time, which, you know, Z-Pack antibiotic, magical, but I think it's just one of those things, like, even in high school that you just kind of get. But there was also, like, the swine flu outbreak from, like, winter formal type shit, too. If I'm remembering right. Because some of those dances just kind of blurred together. Because it was, like, one after another.
This is it! This is what I get to start my week off with!
Related company completely imploding because they wanted to prioritize virtue signaling on social media, bending the knee to a bunch of activists who are hounding one of their talents who they have now fired. And they fired this VTuber because they said
it's me! They're talking about me! Wait, that's me! They're talking about me!
Oh so crazy statement,
look,
among
Ma,
others,
she made it.
That men can't get periods. Yep, that is something so controversial and so damaging. They were fired from this company, Waifu Wares. And not only did they bend the knee to these
Dad, look, I'm on TV! Dad, are you proud of me?
activists, they eventually...
Can we take a moment? Thank you for the follow, Cleavage Dude, W name. Dad, I made it. Dad,
Got some
I have
crazy
haters.
names out there,
Dad,
chat. Y'all really
Dad,
got some
I
crazy ass
made
names
it to
out there
the
sometimes.
The big leagues. I have haters, Dad. I did it, Dad.
lost their spine as well and have deleted...
It's fine. It's literally fine. We sold all the cups. So if you were able to get a cup from my Waifu Wares drop, you have a cup that I don't even work with the company anymore. You have a
Collector's
very
item.
limited cup. Because I literally just sold sold. I literally just had a merch drop with them. I had a merch drop with them. What was it? July 20th? I dropped my cups with them. It was my first.
You know, this actually this actually reminds me of something I did recently. Yeah, I have her page up, but I actually did this this morning, where if Debbie ever wants another VTuber on a cup, I did that myself. Even opened up to different colorations. Could change the cap color. But like, definitely wanted to keep the sleeves and the eyes and stuff being the same color as the shaker, just to kind of stand out. But yeah.
A trading card with them. I don't know what they're gonna do with it, if they're gonna take it out or not, but I had a shaker cup with them. And I sold 45 shaker cups in like less than 2 weeks. They sent me my payout and everything. I did get paid.
At least you got paid.
They sent me the bonus that they said I would get for selling fully out of the cups. The cups are on their way if you got one. But I literally just did my first merch drop with them. Hi, Dazzle! There we go. Thank you for the follows. I did just drop my cup with the cup with them. So if you got a cup, just know I will not be making another one with the company. So if you got one, lucky fucking you. Like,
again, collector's item.
I know they're from the UK and I fully supported that. The shipping was just, I get it. They're a smaller company, but the shipping, ugh.
I said this in my last video, but yeah, the shipping for a free shaker when they are having, like, if you came in or they were giving away free shakers, it was like a free mystery shaker or something, and it was like $15 for shipping. So essentially you're just paying for the shaker, just not additional. I think the mystery one was like $10 or something on their website, but then yeah, it's like $15 on top of that. And if you didn't have like the free promo cup thing, then yeah, you're spending like $25 on plastic. Granted, any other drink company, energy drink company, kind of does the same thing, and it's usually like around let's say like $25 usually, but at least they give you like samples with it, so at least you have that. Granted, I don't think some of the samples are enough considering the size of the shaker, so it kind of tastes a little watered down, because even for my W stuff like that I drink, I have to have 2 scoops. Still no chalky aftertaste on it either, so it's actually a really good formula for them.
Gamer Sups? I'm not big enough to work with Gamer Sups. I am not even on their fucking radar. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm a little streamer. I do not have that influence. I do not have that I don't have that kind of anything yet. I'm just a little guy who's just trying to, make it through the day, before the world imploding as it is. So, if you got a cup from this drop, congratulations, because you got one of the only 45 cups in existence that will ever be in existence.
I just want to, zhuzh her hair a little bit, because it's already a mess, but I'm just going to, I'm going to...
So, congratulations.
Deleted all their related posts and gone private.
They got rid of me.
This for nothing. They're basically Jellywig squared, right? They bend the knee and then they chicken out, and they look absolutely terrible. Now, unfortunately, this is...
Oh my god, that's my Twitter! That's me! That's my Twitter!
Still the Chihuahua coded, I love that.
Were they all signed? None of them were signed. So if you ever find me at a convention, I will happily sign a cup if you got one, or any kind of merch if you ever get any kind of merch. I will happily sign the cup, or any merch you have. So, you know, bring the yeah, got rid of for the same reason. Ah, well, if they did that, they're probably not gonna want to work with me. So I'm good. How are you? I'm good. They'll probably not want to work with me. Yeah, this is my Twitter. I've never had much action on Twitter before. I'm not used to it. I dropped by while at work. Hi, Mr.
Not gonna lie, once you get like that taste of like virality on Twitter, it's so addicting. Number go up type thing. And even with the people that have been recently subscribing to me, I think it was like what, 2 weeks ago, I was sitting at like 50 some odd subscribers just based off of my shorts, and now like after the Revs video that I did, it like bumped up to like 300, so thank you for that. I was like, whoa.
Who are you people?
Who are you?
Hammerhead. Yeah, look, Dad, I'm on TV. Dad, multiple people made a YouTube video about me. Works with Curse, so you'll be fine.
Me?
Ah, got it. Okay. Well, okay.
Is the subject of this harassment campaign, Yukiwaru, who's already gained hundreds of followers, and I'm sure after this video they're gonna gain a lot more as well. And that's how this whole thing works, right?
Streisand
effect.
YouTubers get deemed problematic, they get punished for having the wrong think, and everyone thinks that's going to squash their career, but it always has the opposite effect. The Streisand effect takes place, and they gain a ton of support because it turns out the Looney Tunes on social media are not the average VTuber fan. It's the exact opposite.
No,
actually.
they're really not.
And you would think this company would be grateful, especially a small company like Waifu Wares, who had a talent like Yuki here, who sold out their most recent shaker with the company. But nope, Waifu Wares thought otherwise. And as you can see from their description here, Waifu Wares is a UK-based company that sells waifu-related products at affordable prices.
I'm a wife. I was a
UK-based
waifu.
company, more like UK soy company. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? But jokes aside, it's not too surprising when you look into this company because their mission states that they're not driven solely by profits. Yeah, clearly.
You're a business. You're solely driven by profit. You can try to paint it any which way you want, but any business is going to be there for money and profit. Even this whole streaming side of things, there's an underlying want for money, whether people want to admit that or not.
You're also driven by activism and bending the knee.
Okay, I just have to say they're not driven solely by profits, yet they take the majority of the profits. I mean, I'm just gonna say that, which will probably get me in more trouble, but we're in it now. Just saying.
To a bunch of people who are never going to support you in any sort of tangible way whatsoever. And this is actually the VTuber who began the entire campaign against Yuki. Their name is Cat.
Again.
This VTuber.
Again.
Well, technically they didn't.
Because Leaflet also reacted to this video as well, and I saw that one. The first one that she did. Apparently she did another one afterwards. That included some clips and stuff that Zero watched, and he was like, you're gonna be so pissed. But again, even Leaflet did the whole correlation of, like, you ever notice it's always the demon VTubers? It's become a pattern. It really has. That it's always the demon VTubers, the Oni VTubers that try to start shit. Or have like some form of like demonic entity to their VTuber persona.
Start it, someone else did, and it wasn't on Twitter, but they started it on Twitter by name dropping me, and they messaged me in my DMs, and I was already dealing with a bunch of stuff, so I wasn't really in the mood to talk, so I gave them short answers and just kind of didn't really give them actual answers, and they screenshotted it and used it against me. I mean, forgive me for thinking like our DMs would stay private. That was my bad, my bad.
This post right here.
It's me!
Saying literally felt my stomach turn watching through this video. Ew.
I have made
Never
multiple
thought I'd
people
see
vomit
the day
from
I
this.
get involved in drama publicly, but I feel actually sick to my stomach knowing I once called this person friend, felt it was worth sharing as a PSA. And what they're linking is a YouTube video apparently exposing Yuki as some sort of terrible, awful person where they have these incredibly transphobic views. And guess what? This is a snapshot of the things she said. Brace yourselves. You're about to...
Yes, this is a warning. Brace yourselves. I am about to say some very sickening things. Like...
Totally sickening.
I don't
Absolutely
know.
sickening.
They fire. I don't know. I'm too airheaded for stuff like that, but brace yourselves! Some of you may be offended.
Hear some really crazy statements.
Yeah, whatever. I'm ranting. I'm going full unhinged. Look at that terrible, terrible person. Honestly, you can see violence in their eyes right now. It's those men who are becoming women who say they get their periods. There was like a questionnaire of a guy saying they get their periods, but they don't bleed. They just get like cramps and stuff. Fucking excuse me?
Okay, so also after watching Leaflet's video on this, she also pulled up information about what causes the quote-unquote period cramps. And it's mostly just constipation with the medication, because they give you like one supplement for the actual like HRT, but then because there's some side effects that come with it, they also give you another medication, but that said medication causes the constipation and the cramping. So while having a period, you do have like that abdominal pain. You do feel that form of relief when you actually do have to go to the bathroom as a woman. Like, as graphic as it sounds, if you want to plug your ears, the period poops are, it's probably the best relief you're gonna feel during that whole time. That and having a nice heating pad on that particular area.
By the way, this YouTube account that posted this video was created the same day it uploaded the video. This account was literally created just to upload the video. That is the only purpose of this account. Fucking excuse me? As a girl, as a woman who bleeds down there once a month, is literally on birth control. These people are out here like, I identify as a girl, therefore, I get my period, and I can get pregnant. No, you fucking can't! You can't! Like, so weird hearing my own voice. Why do people watch me? My voice is terrible. Full, like, BDSM, like,
No, like, that's definitely
that's
a sentiment I share sometimes.
There's something wrong with you. If you're a
especially
teacher
first starting out.
teaching kids to be transgender, to transition, to be gay, to do that so young, there's something wrong with you. Back in the food babies. Let me tell you, growing up, I was a tomboy. Like, I thought I wanted to be a boy. I wanted to be like my cousin. My cousin was a boy, and I thought he was the fucking coolest. So I wanted to wear boy clothes like him. I wanted to have short hair. I wanted to do sports, like shit like that. I just wanted to be like him. I thought I actually wanted to be a boy. And, you know, my younger sister, Sister Waru, copied everything I did. Not me bringing my sisters into this. If what is happening today... Oh, holy shit! Major Chaotic, thank you for the subbies! Oh, and we're having a hype train. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Look, there's the train. There's the train! There it is! Holy shit! Holy shit, there it is! Choo-choo! There it is! I'm burning through the sky, yeah. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. Choo-choo! I wanna take the supersonic man out of you. Yeah. Alright, back to the video. What's happening back then when I was a kid? There's the cup, by the way. I don't know, in some form of transforming. I just want to say, when I went on this rant, I rarely go on rants unless it's League and calling people like stupid and retarded, because they are. I go on rants like this.
Ew,
Little
League
did
player.
I know that this would turn into this. This was not planned. This was not some...
What? Okay, we'll get back to, but just to tag back on League of Legends, I did the tutorial and maybe did 1 or 2 games. I'm like, this ain't it, Chief. I can't. This is boring. Like, if you want to enjoy playing in League of Legends, you do you, boo boo. But like, I could not keep my attention for shit.
Way to like grow or pop the fuck off. This was random, spring of the moment thing that just happened. This was me. I was lack of sleep, mono, fatigued, and it just happened. This was not planned.
Mm-hmm.
As a child, and regretted it. Because this was the first time I've ever
so this
given my
person
opinion
feels
like
sick
this.
to their stomach and has let go
I do
of
play
their
League.
former friend because Yuki stated, among many things, that men can't get periods, that making being trans your entire personality is cringe, just like anything else in life.
And I forgot to mention this. If your sexuality is the only personality trait you have, you're an extremely boring person. You can be gay, bi, lesbian, trans, whatever. But you need to have more to your personality to make you actually interesting. Because that little magic there, it fades. It fades very quickly.
Also, that they should leave children alone and that teachers and other trusted adults should not be trying to transition, aka groom, minors. And also that she was a tomboy.
Not ADC. I do top. I'm a Timo or Tom Kench top main.
When she was raised, and she is thankful she was not raised in this current era where she might have been led into decisions she would later regret as someone who's very proud to be a girl. Now, of course, a lot of the replies are not going the original poster's way, saying, based, if you don't have a uterus, you can't get a period, watch his video, no lie detected, how is it phobic, she's stating facts, well, they're fact-phobic, okay? Uh-oh, Streisand effect, stop trying to destroy someone's career or character for them just stating something factual. Just because your opinion disagrees with theirs doesn't mean they're not allowed to have one. It sounds like they were only your friend when it was convenient for you.
Honestly, though, like, what the fuck? It is literally insane how fast people will hop on a bandwagon without even talking to you. They'll just go with everyone else's goddamn opinion. They won't talk to you. They'll say their opinion, or they'll just ditch you. Like, what the fuck? These aren't friends. Like I've said before, the literal streaming community, the VTubing community is like goddamn motherfucking high school. I am literally back in high school.
Yes.
People who you think are friends are not friends, or they're just content friends using you for content or clout or something. And the moment some drama like this happens, this was discussed in DMs, okay? This was discussed privately, but then no, they had to make it fucking publicly. I didn't make an announcement. I didn't make it public. I didn't take screenshots of DMs and fucking blast them on Twitter. Like, what the fuck is this immaturity pettiness? Like, what are we doing here? Are we adults? Really? Are we really fucking adults? Like, I question whether I'm an adult all the fucking time because it's me. Like, it's me. Enough said. But like this is like immature, petty ass shit, okay? Like, ridiculous.
Are you genuinely effing in?
And I think the funny part is, too, is in this quote-unquote community, the second you step out of goose step with these people, they maul you. Or try to, anyways. And again, this is why I very much stick to my small little circle of people I've known. Have I made streamer friends? Absolutely. Have I made VTuber friends? Absolutely. But it's one of those where, unless if you're actively spending time with these people on like a regular basis, do you actually build friendships out of being just financially beneficial or attention beneficial at that point? Because just, I've seen some of them. Like, I'm not a big streamer. I'm not a big content creator either. but you see it, especially the ones that are somewhat bigger than I am, and they get wrapped up in this type of mess one way or another. And it's always like inner fighting. And when she's saying it's high school stuff, I'm like, it kind of goes back to when I was in high school. Yeah, I had my group of friends, but there wasn't drama that I would actively involve myself with. I'd just be kind of sitting there on the sidelines and just kind of watching and just waiting to see what happened. And the times I did get involved, it was usually kept between the people that were involved. But there's always that one person, that one fucking person that makes it known to everybody and their fucking mother of what's going on.
Insane. Do you have a link? I need to drop her a follow. It's rare to find sane VTubers anymore. Most of them are virtue signaling hats like you. Now, of course, there's other people who disagree with the previous sentiment, saying a list of problematic topics that were raised, including going on a rant about how trans women don't get periods. Apparently, that is problematic to say. And, well, it was enough to get them terminated.
Yes,
among,
it was!
Many other people complained.
They didn't even talk to me about it! They did not even talk to me about it. And I'm pretty sure they made the Twitter post before coming to me. They had already made a pre-decision before talking to me about it or communicating in any kind of way, okay? I mean, it's like these people didn't even actually listen to what I said. They just saw the thumbnail, they believed the comments and then what people were saying about it, and they just jumped on the bandwagon. Like, they didn't even listen to the video. Because in the video, I say stuff like, live your best life. Like, I don't give a fuck. If you're not hurting someone, I don't give a fuck. It's the, like, oh my god.
I would say it's a mix. Because with how they were portraying it inside of the Discord server, which, by the way, I'm not affiliated with them anymore, but the way that they were wording it in the Discord was very much they were knowledgeable of the situation and they knew what they were doing. Now, granted, I did get a comment in my last video saying that, as a business, they have every right to, which, not wrong. They do. As a business, if whatever ideals that the business has, they have the right to fire somebody that doesn't align. However, they are not invincible to the consequences of those actions. We've seen it happen with not only Yuki here, but we've seen it with Advanced GG after what they did to Rip Says Desu. It's again that Streisand effect that keeps getting mentioned over and over again. Like, the best thing you can do for these companies is not buy for them. Vote with your wallet. Speak with your wallet at that point. Because and I think this was also mentioned in the comment, but like when they look at their quarterly and see that their profit has gone down by like 90%, they're going to start reaching out. They're going to start, posting out things like, why aren't people following? Why aren't people buying? And stuff like that. Which again, we've seen with like Advanced GG. And how many times people just meme the fuck out of them on their posts. Now, granted, now that Waifu Wares is protected and, privated their account, they're not gonna probably post anything until later on because it is a small company. It is a small company. So it wouldn't surprise me if they just don't bother posting anything and probably move over to Blue Sky at that point. Just so they can stay in that little hug box on their end. And that goes to being a company again. Like, you can have your beliefs as a company, your standards as a company, but even if it was on the flip side of this, I would expect a quote unquote right wing company to do the same thing if some like lefty retard at that point decided to pop off on theirs. Like, to me, either side feels gross. There's points that Yuki has that I absolutely agree with, especially when it comes to trans women and infiltrating the women's space and claiming things when there's scientific evidence that backs up the fact of, like, you're not actually having a period, you're literally just constipated. It's and it's not even all of them either. It's not even all of them. And I don't want to throw it under like, oh, I have trans women friends, which I mean I do, but even then, I mean, they don't act like this. None of them do. Even the gender fluid and non-binary friends I had don't act like this. They don't. They just want to exist. They just want to live their life, be who they want to be, which more power to them. You're a grown-ass adult. Do what you want. If, one of my friends, I say she just because it's easier, because she's a giant Fleming bunny VTuber. And I love her. I love her so much. And even then, she's like, I don't care for this. She goes, I'm gender fluid. So there's some days that I don't feel feminine. There's other days I don't feel masculine. Maybe there's just somewhere in between where I'm androgynous. But she goes, that's just me. That's who I am. She goes, I have other personality traits, which again, that's a big thing. You can be more than what your sexual identity and gender identity is. And I feel like that falls off to the wayside, especially in this climate that Twitter has made and the piss pool that it has become.
It's like, listen, was I mute? Okay, chat. Was I speaking a different language in the video? Did I somehow discover an undiscoverable language when I did my rant that just doesn't portray to the English that we speak?
No.
Because these people didn't even give it, like, listen. Oh my
as well,
God.
but Waifu Wars bent the knee to these people, saying, what a start to a Monday. Just to reiterate, we do not support the use of AI art, nor do we support transphobia.
The AI thing was literally just making stupid fucking memes for Twitter because I wanted to do more on Twitter. I suck at posting on Twitter, so I wanted to do more. I wanted to post more. So I decided to use AI to help me make some fucking memes so I could make more posts.
That's what I do.
Because I love artists. I love supporting artists, but I'm not made of money.
Nope.
I can't just spend money all the time.
You really can't, because it's
it's
a luxury.
Stuff to post to help you, to get you out there, to get you a little more discovered. But you don't have the money to spend on someone making you a custom meme or some shit.
Yep.
And I'm not tech savvy. I'm not an artist. I'm not tech savvy. So I used AI. But in respect for my artist friends who told me their opinion on it and asked me to take it down, I deleted the posts in respect for those friends because they are like family and I respect them in that way. And I was like, okay, I won't do AI. I will figure out a way to make the memes myself. That's fine. So I took them down, but they were literally just for memes. I wasn't selling it. I wasn't promoting it. And there was very obviously AI, I would just like to say. There was no hiding that it was AI. Okay? Oh, I mean, I'm not out here selling it. I'm not saying that taking credit for it. I support artists. Most of my free money will go to artists. Okay? I just needed a little more help on Twitter. Making this stuff on your own is hard.
Mm-hmm. It is.
You know, and I was out of work for 2 weeks because I had mono. And I lost some income, and I have a surgery next month where I'll be out of work for 4 to 6 weeks. So, I spend money on art when I can. I just wanted a little extra help. That's all. That's all. And it was for shit meme posts. Stupid shit.
With some of their rules. And yes, AI was also a part of this. You know how these Looney Tunes feel about AI art? They think it's literally worse than offing someone, right? So that was another part of it, but
it's only going to be 4 to 6 weeks because my job is walking dogs, okay? So I have a very, like, activity-driven job where I walk dogs, and I'm getting a boob reduction. So, like, I can't do strenuous work like that after surgery. So it's not like I'm going back to an office job. So it's going to take me longer to get back to work because of what I do for a job. Yeah.
That actually reminds me of my cousin. She's only like 4'11", but had like size F titties. And she actually had to get a breast reduction just because it was causing her that much pain. And she's a stylist and owns her own salon. So I understand. I'm glad that I was not blessed with those. I am. And even then, switching to an alternative bra that does not have the wire to basically stab you in the side constantly has been a good move on my end.
I walk puppies. Yeah, I'm nerfing the boobie. I'm becoming a part of the itty bitty boobie committee because I've lost over 100 pounds, and right now my boobs are hanging low to the ground, and it's all just loose skin.
Yay!
It was really the
people don't realize that boobs are just fat deposits.
It's not consistent income. It's different every week. It's very not consistent. But it's just the first surgery out of many, because I'm going to also have to get loose skin surgery because I've lost so much and I'm only 5 foot. Hi, Dark! And then I saw, hi, Will! Thank you. Hi, Lalas! Hi, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate it.
The supposed transphobia that they're really upset about. Now, of course, they don't directly mention her in this post, but it's very obvious based on the context.
I was a
and
fat
also
fucking
additional
whale.
context like this, where a post tagged Waifu Wars, saying, "You fired Yukiwaru for daring to say that men shouldn't have periods." And while they untagged themselves from that post, they actually saw this
they don't
and
want to be
manually
linked to it.
untagged themselves. Clearly pretty affected by this. They didn't like this. They didn't like that their actions have been highlighted by users like this. But before they went down, they shared other classics like this, saying,
look, if you ever, I post the foods and stuff I make in my Discord server. So if you ever want like weight loss tips or better ways of eating where it doesn't feel like you're missing out on your favorite foods, I fucking got you. I got you. I had a binge eating disorder. I was afraid to let go of my favorite foods. It's hard. It's scary, and it was one of my coping mechanisms. When I stopped binge eating, I got a shit ton of anxiety that returned to the surface because it was my way of coping. If anyone ever needs advice when it comes to weight loss or eating or like a binge eating disorder or just my story of how I changed my life, I am so happy to share it with any of you. So happy. I like to promote healthier lifestyles and living your best life.
It definitely helps that she's a dog walker
I don't like to refer to it
too.
as a diet. I like to refer to it as a lifestyle change because that's what it is. Diets are restricting. And when you restrict yourself, it makes you want it even more. Don't really care how people look at me. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. For me, it was more of a health issue because I'm 5 foot and weighed like almost 300 fucking pounds. And I'm too small to carry that much weight on my body.
Yeah.
So I did it more for health
Small
reasons
frame.
than look reasons. So I've lost like, I wasn't 300. I was definitely very much on my way. Hi, Subatomic. Hi. But yeah, if anyone ever needs advice, and you're 18 plus, join the Discord. I fucking got you. And I will support your weight loss journey. I got you.
"I want Waifu Wares to be an inclusive and supportive community," until you think the wrong way. Like, I built this up for nearly 4 years to kind of preach those values. Business? You're supposed to be a business? Okay. "I can't control
I cared more about my health, but I didn't do it for other people. I did it for myself. I didn't like how I looked. I didn't like how I felt. I didn't like where my life was going. I changed for me. I don't care about what other people will think of me. I'm not gonna live my life based on what other people see or what other people say.
Good
it's
shit.
literally a waste of my time and energy. I did it for me. And that's what's important. That's the reason that'll help you in life. You
That's
don't
why you
change
should
for
do it. You
others,
should do things for
change
yourself.
for yourself. Who the fuck cares what other people think of you? They're not in charge of your life.
Mm-mm.
Invite invalid? Wait, is it? Gawuki, can you help me? Is the invite invalid? Can people not get in the Discord? You're my hero? I'm just speaking my mind. Like a lot of you, I don't use it as an excuse, but I am literally a diagnosed high-functioning sociopath. So empathy, compassion, thinking about others' feelings, it does not come easy to me. I mentally don't understand. I'm 29 and I have felt empathy once in my life. And I called my dad and I was like, Dad, I don't understand what I'm feeling. And he's like, that's empathy. I'm like, I don't like it. I don't use it as an excuse, but it's part of the reasons I think and feel the way I do. I've always been like that. Like growing up, my family thought of me as like stone-hearted because I didn't cry. I was bluntly honest. I didn't think about others' feelings. That's just how I've always been. I'm blunt. I'm straightforward. I say what I feel. I don't do it a lot because this is what happens. But I was just sick of walking on eggshells.
God, yes.
It felt so freeing to just say how I felt. But I guess this is what happens if your opinion isn't what others' opinions is. Because my opinion doesn't match their opinion and they got butthurt, I'm in the wrong. That's what's happening here. And there's nothing wrong with not understanding romance, Shadow. All of our brains work differently. It doesn't mean we're wrong. It doesn't mean we're terrible people, okay? Everyone has an opinion. Opinions are like buttholes. Everyone
has one.
We may not like everyone's buttholes, aka opinions, but they're there. They're not going anywhere. And it's just ridiculous. Just because someone has a different opinion from you doesn't mean they're in the wrong.
No.
Okay? There are plenty of people with different opinions from me. I'm not out here shoving mine down their throat. I'm not saying they have to change theirs. Live your best life, but just don't drag others into it. Yes, do you have a butthole? If you don't have a butthole, then I don't know what to tell you.
Actions of others, sadly, which is very true. And then this person also says something true, saying, no, but you control how you react to them. All right, we're cooking. What's next? Proud to see this is how. Glad to be a part of this wonderful company. Oh, again, they're just so close to understanding. Yes, you cannot control the actions of others.
Girls do have buttholes, and I literally shit out of mine all the time. I will send you poop pictures.
Please don't do it. Please don't send the poop pictures.
The problem here is that Waifu Wares responded very embarrassingly to the actions of someone else. They bent the knee to a bunch of activists, whether it's in their company, which clearly they're not doing that much for them in the first place.
This is my first time watching this.
Or people who are not a part of the company, potential customers who never had interest in the first place, and the people who might have been are completely disgusted by the reaction. But let's not overlook the reply to that statement by Waifu Wares, saying, I don't harbor any ill will to anyone. Everyone has their own views, and that's fine. I respect that.
Do you?
But when it comes to business, yada, 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 they can't support.
If you didn't, you wouldn't have posted inside of the Discord that you deleted the post because you didn't want the right-wing mob to come after you. Like, you do have every right to delete your post and private your account, but as a business, it does not look good.
Support it. Yeah, they really do support other people's views until those views contradict their own.
And
when it comes to Yukiwaru's views,
oh my god,
well,
it's me.
That's not something they can respect.
That's
and
me.
For the record, she doubled down, okay? She is not afraid of her beliefs.
I'm not.
VTuber who made the original call-out post shared a...
Why would I say what I said and then take it back. Why would I waste my energy expressing my own opinions, which no one has to agree with, by the way?
You're more than welcome to not
agree
share
with
the
my
same opinion.
In fact, a lot of my opinions are very hard to agree with because of the way I function, okay? No one has to. But I'm not going to say something and then waste my energy and take it back because, oh my God, someone doesn't agree with it. Like, no, what the fuck? I'm not a bitch. I'm going to stand by my views. My views aren't hurting anyone physically.
Mentally.
My views aren't hurt, like, illegal. Like, I'm not going against the law. I'm not hurting anyone. So why wouldn't I stand by my views? That's just how I feel. No one has to like it. No one has to agree with it. That's just how I feel. If you don't like it, don't support me. Don't watch me. But I'm not literally forcing you to be here. You can watch me. You don't have to watch me. Watch me. Don't watch me. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Yep.
But I'm someone who's blunt, who's honest, who will just sometimes out of fucking nowhere go on a rant and state how I feel. You don't have to agree with it. But like this, taking a screenshot of my DM and posting it is ridiculous. And honestly, I was dealing with other stuff, so no, I didn't want to talk about it. I gave them short, quick answers.
A screenshot.
I stand by it.
A Discord screenshot here of a private message between the two saying, just curious, is this actually a clip from your stream, referring to the clip we saw earlier? And Yuki says, the thumbnail is clickbait, but I said what I said. I said nothing wrong. I said my opinion and being flames. And this cat individual says, oh, honey, that's not clickbait. That's pretty effing accurate and disgusting.
It really isn't.
Being called disgusting by the
have
people
your own
who have an
opinion.
issue with someone saying leave kids alone is absolutely diabolical. But, of course, what happened to the post? Well,
it is 1000%
Straw
clickbait.
here had a very interesting experience. I saw this happen in real time. She came to me and was like, oh, you might be interested in this situation. She's like, check out my quote. And literally within minutes of her quote, on a post that had been up for nearly a day at this point, they blocked her instantly, and then they deleted their post. Now, I'm not much of a narcissist, but I would like to believe they might have seen what was coming here, and they tried to flee the scene of the crime.
Yeah, they did.
But unfortunately,
they absolutely did.
It looked worse because not
Thank
only
you
are they
everyone for your
bending
support.
the
I
knee
really
initially,
appreciate it.
now they're not even standing on business, right? They're spineless. They're not.
Hey Gawuki, will you take a picture of that highlighted message, please? I want to check that out. No difference in thinking it's not clickbait. Yeah, it's just, oh my god. Thank you, Gawuki.
Even standing by their decision, they're immediately nuking their post the second they get any sort of backlash or fear backlash. And it's always this, everyone's gangster, till it's, this tweet has been deleted, which leads to really funny screenshots. Like people quoting the now deleted announcement saying, waifu wears continues to be the absolute GOAT. W waifu wears. And here's this reply here. Preach it. And of course, this is now behind a private account saying, I want waifu wears to be an inclusive and supportive community like I built up over the last 4 years and to kind of preach those values. And here's another one saying, thank you for being amazing. We need more companies like you around these parts. And waifu wears says, thank you, Captain. Always gotta look out for the homies.
I saw that. They just had a cup release with them.
They're involved
they literally just had a cup release with waifu wears.
People virtue signaling and trying to blacklist people and trying to basically ruin their career over this situation. And you have this VTuber, again, a small following VTuber who decides they have the power to blacklist people. So this was their quote to the original call-out post saying, wake up. See my new merch partner talking about how they don't stand for transphobia and cut ties with someone. Confused.
I'm gonna call you
See this video. Someone making awful transphobic rants with merch company products all over the video. Oh yeah, that's how you get blacklisted. fast. I'm
Well,
glad
her
individuals
today.
like this
Maybe like
have
2
the
days ago.
confidence.
Wake up, see my new merch partner talking about how they don't stand for transphobia and have cut ties with someone. See this video, someone making, oh my god, that's how you get blacklisted? Sure, yeah, okay. Obviously I'm canceled,
they can
right?
blacklist anybody. It's literally just peak narcissism.
Obviously I'm
what do you
like
expect?
so
But
canceled.
here's another part of this arc here where we have this artist.
I could go on about Senko. I mean, I was friends with them for years. They are the artist of my model. Daredevil, thank you so much for your prime. They were someone I held very near and dear. And they go by the pronouns them, they, and I respected that for them. I did. Like, the fact that they've done all of this is, oh my god, it's unbelievable that, no, it's not unbelievable. It is believable that they would do something like this. It is. It really fucking is. And do you want to hear, okay, I have screenshots to prove this. Their feelings are hurt, okay? Their feelings are hurt. You want to know why? I started distancing myself because I met Nani. I met Nani Gachi VT, who honestly made me feel free to be myself. They inspired me to like what I like. Senko, I wanted a lolly type VTuber, but Senko made me feel like it was wrong. Senko made me feel like I shouldn't have it. And I know talking about this will probably not help the situation, but here we're in it. Like, it's whatever. Whatever. Senko made me feel like it was wrong. A lot of the things on my model were directed by Senko.
I can kind of tell with the hairstyle.
I had other ideas. Senko did a lot of my ideas, but Senko also had a lot of their own ideas. And there's so much backstory to this, but the thing is, I started taking my distance from them because on my birthday, I had a collab and my friend referred to them as the incorrect pronouns, and they literally interrupted the entire collab to talk about it and correct them and continue to do it. They took a good chunk out of my collab. We were in the middle of like a Yuki themed Jeopardy for my birthday collab. It was on my birthday. They took a whole chunk to direct the attention to them getting the pronouns wrong. And they apologized. They corrected themselves, but they just kept going. And then there was just a good amount of awkward silence after it. And after that moment, I just realized if they were like my friend and really treasured me as a friend, why would they do that? Stan, thank you for gifting a subby. What?
I now see why I would be pissed. Ooh. Ooh. No. No. You do not. And especially on her fucking birthday, you make it about you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck your mother. You should have been swallowed. You don't do shit like that. During collabs, there's always a level of decorum you need to have. And you can be human and make mistakes on terms of like the whole pronoun thing and just not knowing. Because not everybody knows it. Like, even on their fucking Twitter page here, they don't even have it on there. So at least you're not knowledgeable of that. But you're gonna make the whole thing about yourself. And if it was on my fucking birthday, no. No. At that point, you would be open for free ridicule on my end. I would not be nice about it. And I get where Zero mentioned this to me and said, you would probably treat this as if you did with our former friend and be yelling at them. Because I'm a person that doesn't get mad like I used to. Because Para used to have a lot of anger issues growing up. I get annoyed more often than not. I get annoyed, but hardly mad. And the few people that have seen me actually being mad, it terrifies them. It absolutely terrifies them, because majority of the time I take a stance of, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. And those kind of, this whole thing of making it their own sort of gripe and make it a whole fucking thing and causing the whole collab to be awkward as fuck. Because now at that, like, after that collab, the person they were collabing with probably didn't want to be around Yuki if Senko was involved.
Why would they interrupt my birthday collab on my birthday, a special event where I would never do this to them? I would never do this to them and make it about themselves and someone accidentally using the incorrect pronouns. They didn't do it purposely. They didn't do it maliciously. They just forgot. Okay? Which is part of being human.
Mm-hmm.
People forget. People make mistakes. It's literally a part of being human. And they made a mistake and it turned into this whole thing. So I started distancing myself from Senko, okay? I talked to them less. I just started taking steps to distance myself from them because I didn't like how they make me feel. And they did things that made me feel more like a cash cow than an actual friend. And they were working on art because I have a drop with a PC company that's putting my model on PCs. And I was having them do the art. And I decided I wanted to do a chibi style, like derpy chibi. That's the route I want to go.
I also found out via the comments on my last video that the PC that Yuki was wanting to do actually got canceled because of this.
Towards with my art.
Or no, it wasn't a comment, it was a stream I was watching.
And they were working on it, and then they came to the conclusion that it actually wasn't their style, and they were having a hard time. Because I was asking for an update, and I'm like, if you can't do the style, that's totally fine. I understand. I will look from someone new, but can I get a refund because you can't do it? So instead of a refund, I got a cancellation fee and ended up having to pay them money because I canceled other stuff. And they gave me a hard time saying, this is really going to hurt them because I'm 90% of their income. I literally have a screenshot that shows this. They say I'm 90% of their income, and by doing this, it's hurting them. And I think this was just a perfect excuse for them to do something like this because I decided I didn't want to work with them anymore. Okay? I think this has a part of that. They were trying to make me feel guilty because I said I was canceling some of the stuff because work hasn't been good. Work has been a little more quiet. And that's fine. That's fine. I'll just keep working and do my best. But I couldn't do all the commissions. So I asked if we could cancel some of them, hoping I would get a refund, to help pay bills and stuff.
But no, it gets a cancellation
fee. As much as I want to support them. I literally have 2 models because they needed financial support. I wasn't going to get these models. They wanted to practice rigging. So I got their chibi model and I paid for them to rig it as well. They were doing other things. I supported them so fucking much. Most of my money went to them. Okay? Most of my money went to them. And once we would make jokes that I worked so I could commission them. I worked to pay them. That's the reason I worked. But this whole thing came of it. And I think that this is part of them trying to get revenge, or
probably
they're hurt. I've hurt their feelings or some bullshit like that. But this is their way of coming back at me. So sorry to pause the video for so long, but I feel like that's important information that y'all should know about the situation. It
absolutely is.
I was friends with them for years. They did the art for this model. They did the art for my past model. They helped. They were such a big part of my life. And then I was just asking myself, thinking about everything that I've been through, why am I friends with him besides art? Like, being friends with someone just for art is not a good reason to be friends with someone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Shadow, of course you didn't know that. I'm not someone to make private stuff public. I believe what happens privately should stay privately. No one else needs to know about it. But apparently, you know, that's not the same case for me. I don't get the same treatment. Okay? I didn't make announcements. I didn't post anything publicly. You don't see anything on Twitter or fucking Blue Sky or in my Discord about this. I kept it private in the DMs between people who were involved. Okay? Forgive me.
Who apparently made the model for Yuki. And this was their reply saying, I'm the artist of her model, and I was friends with her for years. I'm also non-binary. Hearing her say this stuff was a punch in the gut, on top of her using the model to create AI images. I'm absolutely devastated by what's happening. And then the original poster says, I'm genuinely so sorry. I was feeling literally sick to my stomach, sitting there, trying to process what I saw as a friend. I can't imagine how this must have made you feel, considering the way they're acting on top of all the AI stuff with your arts.
Streamers don't get to have anything private. Okay. Well, I see that now. Yeah, you can see
two friends lost over this situation. Like, clearly you knew nothing about this individual if this came as some sudden shock to you. And you know what? Good riddance. Get rid of people like this. Filter them. These people were lying in wait for the moment you expressed 1 ounce of wrong thing.
And I wanted to formulate a thought on that. That's why I didn't say anything when she was going off on it. But I've had my own personal drama, and it didn't even have to be a public thing until the dumbass decided to break up with his girlfriend on Twitter. Make that make sense. I won't go into detail of it. Just, he was a friend of like 4 years. 4 or 5 years almost. I'd been giving him advice. Basically made a good portion of his models. Because again, I'm an artist. I do things. I made emotes for him. I made models for him. I made PNGs. He commissioned me to do PNGs for him. For friends that he just apparently fucking met. But the big issue that he fucking had is he had the mentality of he needed to pay people to be his friend. I was like, you don't have to do that. If your friendship is conditional to that degree, that's a fucking problem. You need to recognize that's a fucking problem. Well, you know, I paid you for your stuff that you did. That's true. You did. I'm not saying you didn't. But outside of that, I actually cared for you as a genuine fucking person and tried to help you with a bunch of different aspects of your life. But apparently you're an asshole, which if anybody doesn't know what that means, like, you give somebody advice, it's not exactly what they want, and they just continue doing fuck shit every time. They don't actually try to do anything to fix their life. They don't try to do anything to better themselves. They like to stay in the perpetual cycle of victimhood and don't like to take accountability. Or if they say that they take accountability, they actually don't do it. It's just
thank you. That'll help.
Clout and activism
from the lack
on
of
social media. But of course, the thread continues with the artist saying, I'm not super okay. It's a literal nightmare. It does.
In their DMs, they said how they were throwing up for 15 minutes due to the situation. They told me it literally made them like throw up because of what I said and how offended and hurt they were. Okay? I didn't say anything bad.
Doesn't even feel real somehow. Seeing the screenshot of her doubling down as well, I wish I knew how we got here. It's just a gut punch.
You know how you got here, you just don't want to fucking acknowledge it.
From
You know what's a gut punch? Learning someone you thought was your friend and genuinely cared about you cared more about the income you gave them versus actual friendship. That's a gut punch. Did I make that public? No, I respected them. I'm a piece of shit, but like like this just baffles my mind. We're back in high school. Now I did. Now I talked about it. But you know what? I'm gonna everyone should know other pieces of the story. You should know both sides to the story. You should know other details that are important. You want to know something else? They sent me an email.
Saw this clip too.
Which I'm not sure what I should say it directly is at this time. But they sent me an email trying to take my rights away from using my model, pretty much. Okay? Where I've now had to get my lawyer involved. Okay, I've reached out to my lawyer who's looked over my merch contracts and everything. I've gotten them involved.
I'd say at that point, send the email to your lawyer if you haven't already.
Ridiculous. And one of the other reasons is because I want to do lolly art of my model. And, you know, they're against that. It's wrong. They don't like it, therefore it's wrong. Lolly is just a style of art. That's all it is. I like that style. I prefer that style. That's literally all it is. Okay? Lolly is pretty much, I don't know how to describe it. Lolly's just, you know, small chested, just like a small person. They're small people.
Lolly is the shortened version of Lolita. Lolita is basically a petite framed individual. Now, there is a fine line between Lolita or Lolly and Lolicon. Lolicon is where you're going to get basically bordering CP, if not CP. And while it's not a thing I like, because I like my curvy models, I like seeing the booba, I like seeing the hips, I like seeing the thighs. That is my style. That is what I like to see. Yuki here likes to have the Lolita or Lolly, where it's a petite frame, flat-chested or little-chested, in having that. There's plenty of different lollies that we can look at. If we want to go back to Cyberpunk Edge Runners with Rebecca, or really a lot of different animes that are out there, I'm trying to think some off the top of my head, because there's definitely some like with Kobayashi, which Kana at that point would be pushing into the CP because she was still a child. That's absolutely a child, but it gets to a point where it's a fictional character. I'm technically a fictional character, even though I'm streaming, even though I'm making videos, even though I'm doing stuff. I am immersion breaker. I'm not actually a cabbit, which to clarify is the cat rabbit, in based off of like Ryoki from Tenchi Muyo, but it's not a style I like. I'm not gonna knock somebody that likes to have a petite model instead of having big booba that could be bursting out of the top at any given time. Like, don't get me wrong, my model, well endowed, but they are contained. I'm not pushing TOS with a bunch of like cups that are barely holding on to each titty and that are just covering the nips. I don't like that.
It's, yeah, petite, small. It's just a style. It's like chibi or pinup or whatever. It's just a style. That's it. But, you know, people turn it into other things, but it's pretty much just a style.
Again, they try to turn it into Lolicon and Shotacon. Which neither one are good.
Small women. Don't know how to spell Chihuahua? You did great. You got kicked out for stating factual. Yeah, I got kicked out for sharing my opinion, and they didn't agree with it. Therefore, it's wrong. Pretty much. Which, honestly, isn't the first time something like this has happened, but it's never been so public. Fucking crazy.
Crying about it. Literal first world problems. You see someone with a different opinion than you, and you're crying about it and disavowing them publicly. Insane. Literal nightmare, by the way. But then someone says, wish it were possible to revoke her rights to use the model. And the artist does a shushing emoji, implying they're going to revoke the...
Am I flat IRL? No, I got big fucking boobs. But next month, I'm getting them surgically reduced. So, who knows what they're gonna look like after. Who knows? But they will be smaller. Lolly is just a body type. Yes, and I love that style, okay? I love the lolly style. I think it's adorable. I think it's cute. And I feel comfortable with it. And I feel like it fits me and my personality really fucking well. I feel like it fits my vibe. And, like, God, why would I do that? Because I've lost over 100 pounds and my boobs are sagging to the goddamn ground. I have grandma titties at the age of 29, and most of it's just loose skin. That's why I'm doing it.
And she did mention that she has to
titties,
get the loose
Rights.
skin.
Ain't nobody want those.
of Yuki
Use
to
it
that
for
model.
nunchucks.
Which,
Gilf.
by the way, if you don't have any sort of breach of contract that happened here, ooh, this is a really, really bad move. So, unless there was some terms in the contract that would bar her from continuing to use this model, I would
Just roll 'em
highly
up.
suggest not doing this. Okay? And even if you have the right, should you? Is that really the best solution?
Like, if we were really ever friends, would you really go this far? Did you ever have any feelings of caring about me whatsoever at all? You were just watching the video? Hello! I'm watching it for the first time. Like, seriously? Like, I just move on. For the most part. I can't speak of things I've done. Or what I haven't done. Allegedly. Anyway.
Here because you're angry about your friend having wrongthink or, heaven forbid, using AI. Now all of a sudden you're going to revoke their right to using.
Oh, yes. My boob fat is going to Nani. We've already discussed it.
The VTuber model. But of course,
Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a
can't
bow?
stop the virtue signaling. After making the replies, they would make a separate post saying, I'd like to ask people to use the
my
current
God, they just
situation as
kept
grounds to
going.
spread kindness and awareness.
They always keep
Trans
going.
people struggle, yada, yada, yada. And they list a bunch of organizations, and one of them is Mermaids, which is an organization that targets children, which feels really relevant to this entire clip that got Yuki in trouble with these people, because this trans charity has routinely targeted minors. In fact, they admitted that they were selling binders to not
I'm
young
watching it for the
people, as
first
this
time.
article suggests.
Thank you for the
No, it
follows.
was children, including children between the ages of 13 and 16 without the
Thank you,
knowledge
Comatose
of their
Jedi.
parents or guardians.
View
Thank you to this
considered
previous user
implants.
for proving Yuki's point.
I don't
You
want
literally
big boobs.
proved one of her points from her transphobic rants.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. But of course, let's go back to this part. I want to use this situation as grounds to spread kindness and awareness while threatening to revoke her rights to her model. But also, this is another reply where someone says, respectfully. She's right. Sorry you're lost in life right now, but you will find yourself, I'm sure.
Hopefully.
And
Doubtful.
the artist says, respectfully, go F yourself sideways, which is a very interesting way to spread kindness.
Right?
Is it not? But then this user points out something very obvious here. Also, at least I'm a man of my word. How about you? And of course, you can see that they quit Twitter and now they're on Blue Sky. And just like every other Blue Sky user, they always come crawling back to this platform they think is so evil. But don't worry,
They
they're all
literally came back to Twitter for this situation.
Yep. They always do.
They literally
They're not getting the interaction on Blue Sky.
Reinstalled
They come
Twitter.
right back to Twitter.
reactivated their Twitter account for this situation. Savvy, thank you for subbing. Knox, thank you for subbing. Thank you. Thank you for your Prime, Savvy. They literally just reactivated their Twitter for this. Because obviously they weren't getting their point across on Blue Sky. Because it's blue fucking sky.
Also active on the insane asylum that is Blue Sky, where they're making...
Blue Sky is apparently it's the more woke version of Twitter.
Posts like this saying, remembering why I stopped using Twitter, I feel sick. Imagine getting to the point where freaking Powder, they lumped in Powder because apparently she replied, Powder agrees with your stance and takes your side. Hope it was worth it, Yuki. Hope you were proud.
I didn't even see that until now. And Powder called my stance mild.
Because Powder is like so on the far right side of things.
On another note, I fucking love Powder's voice, and I really like their voice. I really like their voice.
She's definitely more extreme. I should have said that.
Narcissists, first world problems, delusions. It's all here, ladies and gentlemen. Like, literally log off of social media if you're this fragile. That's a genuine piece of advice. That's my kindness to you. You seem way too invested emotionally in things that should not make you this upset. That's my advice. But yeah, very interesting situation, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, Yuki Waru is reaping the benefits. And of course, I'll put a link to her Twitter account in the pinned comment and description as well. Feel free to give her a follow if you like her takes or you want to check out her content. That's the
Powder's
only
model.
valid response to a situation like this, at least on my end. But, oh yeah, also, there you go. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please consider giving the video a like, consider subscribing, and turning on notifications for daily uploads, as well as multiple streams every week live here on YouTube. But overall, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
I enjoyed the video. I would like to talk to this person. Just like...
That'd be an interesting, like, side-by-side collab type of thing.
Hold on, oh, that's me. Hold on. I need to gather my thoughts a little because this is a lot and I'm not used to my chat moving so fucking fast. And honestly, my eyes are doing that like cartoon thing where they go and my eyes are like these are my eyes right now because chat's moving and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm not used to so many people. Hello, people. I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much.
It's going so fast.
Even without your support, I wouldn't have backed down. I wouldn't have. Whether it was going to cancel me or not, I stand by my opinion. I may have gotten some facts wrong. I'll admit that. There may have been some parts I got wrong. I'm human. I'm an airhead. I'm an idiot. Like, I make mistakes. I'm human. That's why I don't get involved in politics. Trigger, thank you for the subbies. I appreciate it. This is why I usually don't get involved in politics because I will always get something wrong because I don't always understand it. Okay?
Yeah, and same goes for me in that sense. It's like, if anybody's looked into like older videos that I have on this channel, you can see where there wasn't really a whole lot of political side to things. Even with my like shorts that I have, they're not political, but there just comes a point where you just can't deal with it anymore. And like she is, I probably don't have all the right information or am 100% knowledgeable what the fuck is going on in the world. And even then, I get somewhat of a biased take from Zero when it comes to stuff. But I can still form my own opinion, and especially if I look into it a bit deeper after I'm told something, I can learn. That's the big thing that you need to do is learn and educate yourself. Figure out what's true, what's false. And even if it's false, you could still have a bias at that point too with that type of information. But it's how you personally take it into your life and apply it. And how it affects you personally. Let me lay emphasis. Personally. Instead of needing to worry about what other people think and how they feel. because you can agree to disagree. That's actually a very healthy mindset to have, is to agree to disagree, but still be friends by the end of the day. Or just still acquaintances, or just somebody you talk to in passing. Not even a full acquaintance at that point. But you can have open conversations, and you should have those. Granted, I did get a comment on my video that I did delete because I was like, my eyes started glazing so hard over it because they're like, you're being so harmful with this rhetoric. You know, how could you support a lolly, like, what was it? A lolly gooner. And because I was watching a Rev Says Desu video. Like, it's Rev. He literally had said even early on in his career that he only has that model to really just piss people off. Which kind of falls into the category of the dudes holding a female model just to kind of like confuse people. But I digress.
I admit it. I don't always understand things, therefore I don't get involved. Okay? But I and Fred, thank you for subbing. But never be afraid to speak your mind. Oh my god, it's so frightening to be able to speak your mind these days because of situations like this. The first time I ever speak my mind on any subject like this happens. And you know, I don't necessarily regret it. There are probably things that are going to change. Relationships, views, people in my community. Not everyone's gonna agree. Not everyone is gonna stay. Things are gonna change.
And that's okay.
Sometimes change is good because maybe this is the way I find my people that I actually belong with. Now, there are some point of views that are stronger than mine, but I'm not going to say they're wrong. I just don't agree with them.
Right.
I am a little more on the mild side, and that's fine. But, Kratos, thank you for your prime. But just because some people have different point of views than me doesn't mean they're wrong, doesn't mean they're evil, blah, 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 okay? There were some things I got wrong, okay? I'm human. I'm Yuki. I say all the time I'm an airhead. It's a miracle I made it through the day. It's a miracle I was able to drive a car, okay? All right? There are some things I got wrong, and I'm fine admitting that. Fine, and off to church camp with you is crazy. I'm fine admitting that, but for the most
church
part,
camp.
it was my opinion, and I stand by what I said. And this, I wasn't going to talk about this. I wasn't going to play a part in this, but it happened. I said I wouldn't, but I feel like I needed to voice my opinion, even though that's what got me fucking into this mess. I mean, most people say I should never have voiced my opinion on this topic at all in stream because this is what happens, but God, it felt so amazing. I feel like I've been walking on eggshells around people for so long. Kabozilla, thank you for your prime. For
Which
so
I definitely
long.
share that sentiment. I really
and
do.
Letting it out, just sharing how I felt because I felt comfortable because I met someone like Nani who inspired me like that. I don't regret it. I don't regret it.
No.
I don't. And if this is where I am, this is where I am. Try and cancel me, go for it. You're not gonna ruin my life. You're not gonna make me go hide under a rock. I'm not a bitch, baby. I'm stronger than that. I have been through so much worse. I've been through so much worse. Okay? This is not gonna scare me away. This is not gonna make me back down. This is nothing. This is over the internet stuff. If they, this is just over the internet fucking stuff. But God, it felt so fucking amazing to speak my mind and the thoughts I've been speaking for so long. And because I did that, I met people who feel the same way and who understand my thoughts and who get me. And oh my God, finding I thought I found my people. I thought I found my people. But no. I feel so free with all of you, with community, with people like Nani, like Powder. Yep. Like, it's freeing. It's so freeing to not have to be afraid to call someone a she. I'm paranoid referring to myself as a she because of this. I sometimes I forget that I am a she. As unbelievable as that is, sometimes I get paranoid. I always refer to people as them, they, because I'm just so fucking paranoid. Chad Pratt, thank you for subbing. I appreciate it. Thank you for the five.
Nah, but like same is it's gotten to a point where if I interact with somebody, even IRL, and I don't really remember I always felt that saying, yeah, they, as in speaking about a person, was just a very neutral way of going about it and just playing it safe. Like, even without the gender identity stuff. Like, it was always, oh yeah, they are like this. Oh yeah, they said this. They did this. They said that. And even just in standard conversation, you can just say they, and so long as you, like, at least say who you're talking about, and then it becomes interchangeable.
Aloes, you know?
Also, dude is a general neutral term.
I get paranoid because I'm just so afraid, but I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid, and we're all entitled to our opinions as long as you're not hurting one or doing anything illegal or something like truly, truly fucking garbage. You should be able to think what you think and feel how you feel.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know, I am so happy that you were all able to find me because, in all honesty, it's very hard for smaller streamers, especially VTubers, to get discovered. It really is.
Because it's so saturated.
I did not do this as some ploy to grow. I did not imagine this would be what it is. Slepsay, thank you for the gifted subs. I appreciate it. I could not have predicted this is what things would turn into. Could not. I just spoke my mind because I spoke my mind. I didn't know I would end up in a Rev video. I didn't know Powder would, like, find out about my existence. Like, I would have never predicted this. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm tired or mentally tired or whatever, but, like, I feel like emotional about it, which is not something I'm not used to, really. But getting so much support about being able to voice my opinion, it means a lot. It really does mean a lot. And as much as I love this model, I love my fucking model. I really love my fucking model. I love the design, but it has a bit of a bad taste in my mouth now because of who made it. Yeah, which is really upsetting to me.
It's unfortunate.
I just got this model.
It's a cute ass model.
I paid a lot of money for it, which I don't regret. But I think I might need to make some changes, but I can't right away because I gotta save up money for those changes. And I am not the person to tell you guys to support me in that way, okay? I'm not. But I have redesign ideas that I'm excited about here. Here, I'll give you a little sneak peek of the redesign ideas that I am very excited about. I have redesign ideas that I am really excited for, that I would like to make a reality.
Okay. Ta-da! Okay, see, that I like a lot more. It's cute. it's petite. And even if you want to call it lolly at that point, it's not that insane. Granted, the ears are just a little too big because it makes it look like a mouse. But I feel like if you put maybe some of the dots or like spots that she has like on her arms, that'd be really cute to put those on there. And then how she has more the braids coming over her chest, like how I have my hair pieces like right here. That actually like works because it kind of brings everything closer center. Now it's just a matter of like what type of outfit that she wants, because obviously she's keeping the brat the brat boxers and stuff, but I'm curious to see what happens here. Let's see. How big do you want the ears? And wider hips and thighs like prawn. I don't I can't read the first little word there.
A lot of it's staying the same. Probably change up some colors, the hairstyle, because originally the hairstyle that I have right now, it looks like two separate hairstyles combined into one. I'm supposed to have a short hairstyle and then the braids, but it looks like the braids were literally just like taped on to the short hairstyle, like they're extensions, which is not what was supposed to happen.
It's mostly like back here that you can see where it cuts off at in terms of like the bob that she has. So like if this was more blended into these, it would look better. But yeah, I could see what she means by them being just taped on.
But I'm not a rat. I'm a snow leopard. I have a big fluffy tail. Fuck you. But I have a better idea of what I want as a design for my model. But yeah. The person who was doing this sketch no longer wishes to work with me.
Damn.
So I need to figure things out. But I definitely want to work with Nani's model mama. I could not even call my model artist my model mama because they're non-binary. I refer to them as my model parent.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had a model mama. I had a model parent. Okay? I want to work with Nani's model artist. I love their work. I love their style. They do amazing work, and they're worth every penny. They're just a little on the pricier side for me, so I have to save up.
As you should.
I have to save up for it to make these changes. So this model will be here, for some time, but I wanna change things up. Like I could keep going. I'm not gonna do a GoFundMe because I don't want to take your money.
Yeah.
I do not like when you guys give me money. I know I'm saying thank you, but I do not like when you guys give me money. And Twitch takes a large fucking portion. So I don't support subs. I don't support gifting subs. I don't support biddies. I'm like, if you really, really want to support me, do ! Tip or buy my merch. Like that's it. But I am not someone who's gonna do subathons. I don't do donathons. I am not going to encourage you to spend money on me. That's just not how I am.
Same.
I like earning my you guys all need your money. The world is a really fucked up place right now. Y'all need to buy yourself something special. I really don't think I'm deserving of people to spend money on me, and that's my issue. But I will never encourage you guys to spend money. I will never be like, oh my god, give me subs and shit like that. No. Buy yourself something nice. The best way to support me is hang out with me. I want to, one of my biggest goals right now is to reach 100,000 subscribers on YouTube and get my play button and hang it on my wall.
Yeah, that's a good goal, though.
That is my goal right now. That's my biggest goal. The best way to support me, hang out with me, check out my YouTube. If you don't like my content, you don't need to be here. I do not force anyone. You all can make your own decisions. My goal is
but
to
you're
get
gonna
that
still
play
have
button,
hate watchers anyways, just to try to clip you out of context. It happens.
Never
It happens.
guilt you guys into giving me money. I will never encourage it. I will never. I will maybe say thank you if you're fucking lucky, but I will never encourage it. I think I just, not my kind of thing. Not my kind of thing. If you keep being base, then most of us will stick. I really hope so. I play games most of the time. This kind of reacting to videos is new for me, but I'm gonna be doing it more often.
Should. That's why I started doing it. Now look where
honestly,
we are.
The only reason you think I'm base is because I stated my own opinion. Every stream, I'm just me. I don't plan anything. Things just happen. I'm just myself. So if you like what's been going on, then you just like me. You like my personality, which is why I stream. I want to make people laugh. I want us to have a good time. I do want my community to be a safe place. I do. I really do. And I mean, a bunch of misunderstandings are going on right now. Which is a real shame. It's like a fucked up game of telephone.
Yep. That's how it is.
You're all great. You're all amazing, and I appreciate you all so fucking much. And it disgusts me to say because I hate being nice to you weirdos. I really fucking do. I don't like to be nice to you, but it's been a crazy fucking couple days, man. I haven't touched the league in a hot minute. It's been a crazy fucking days.
Yeah, it definitely fucking has, honestly. Because everything that's fucking happened with waifu wares and everything else on that end, it's a lot. And yeah, if you don't fucking follow her on Twitter, please do. Because she got that stuff. And apparently she was supposed to be, oh yeah, special get. Ooh, okay. So I wonder if that VOD's up. I might watch that in my spare time with the side scroller stuff and see what happens. But yeah, if you don't follow Yukiwaru, go ahead and fucking do it. She deserves all the love and support for being another base VTuber out there. Because we need more of them. We need more in the space. I'm tired of the safe politics side of things. I'm tired of people needing to have a safe space. And while she said that she needed to have, like, wanted to have a safe space for her community and stuff, there's a line. There's a line. All things considered, there's definitely a line that you can go to, whether it's a safe space or just having an opinion. And I feel there just needs to be more apolitical, more base people, more common sense, because common sense is just not common anymore. And it bothers me that that's not the case. You can agree with me, you can disagree with me all you want, but just acknowledge that I'm my own individual on that end. Just, it's a lot more freeing to where you don't have to censor yourself and have to worry about what other people are feeling and how they think. But I do hope more people like Yuki, myself, get out there, become the more popular streamers, popular content creators. Again, we need more. We need more. I'm a smart